So we're back out at it again today with
Birhead Jones.
Birhead Jones. That's going to be his YouTube channel is going to fire up here pretty soon. So we're at an old field that there were lots of camps in this area. You've hunted this a few times. I actually hunted here on this farm, but I have never been in this field, so I'm kind of excited. I've always wanted to come over here. Now, I hunted this like 20 years ago, so today's going to be our day, though, isn't it?
Hopefully.
We're looking for Civil War stuff, primarily, but we'll take, like, colonial gold coins.
Gold coins,
maybe.
gold bars, who knows?
Gold bars. He's a man after my own heart right there. All right, so let's get to it. It's going to rain in a couple hours, so this might be a little bit short, but we have time to find something good, or something.
Yep.
Yep, let's do it, right?
A little wet's not going to hurt us.
Yeah. So we've been digging around for about 10 minutes and we're finding just tons of aluminum and junk. I forgot this used to be an old orchard, an apple orchard back in the day, and they are littered with junk, because people would drink their sodas and their beers and throw them down, and lawnmowers would chop them up because, you know, they were working in the orchards all the time. Interesting hole right here I want to show you. This is a groundhog hole, but it's really too big for just a groundhog to have dug all that dirt out. So something else, of course, that hole in the bottom was actually probably a rat by the size of it, like a wood rat. But there could be a sinkhole here. This might be an old sinkhole that they filled in and it's sinking back down again. So don't know for sure though. That's Birhead Jones that I'm digging with. That's his. That's actually his nickname and part of his real name. So, all right, we're going to check this hill right directly behind me, then we're going to take a walk around the field, and I'm not going to turn the camera on until we find something good or I see something of interest, better than a potential sinkhole. I know I said I wasn't going to turn the camera on until I saw something really awesome, or found something really awesome, but this is definitely a sinkhole right here that they probably filled in and it's sinking down again. See some groundhog holes in it. So we'll have to keep our eyes open for caves. Yeah, it's definitely a sinkhole. All right, let's get back to detecting. I'll let you know as soon as I find something. All right, so let's get back to detecting. I think we're in a good area right now. Of course, I say that every time, don't I? I just can't get away from them. Any luck? Oh yeah, I have like a bag full of that stuff. It's an old orchard, and of course, you just find tons of cans. I haven't found anything either. I've been just finding pieces of can and stuff like that as well. I got one little piece of brassy thing that looks older and a couple fired modern bullets, but I think we're going to move a little bit from this area. Hey, can you go in that flat area over there across the lane? Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, now when I used to dig here, the same people owned this and across the lane, so.
I would think.
Okay.
It's all one estate.
Yeah, there's a spot over there that we used to dig bullets in fairly regularly, so we might move that direction and dig some bullets. But we still got some of this field to go. A few videos ago, I was showing you guys praying mantis egg mass. Okay, now the praying mantis is a big green, vicious looking insect that has big chompers on it, and it eats other bugs. They don't hurt you at all, but they're really cool looking. And this is how you normally find the egg mass. It'll be on a stick like this. The one we found the other day was actually down in the grass and was very wet, so they probably aren't going to live. But what they do is they lay them up on these sticks, and there's hundreds of baby praying mantises in there, and because it's on a stick they stay dry. Now if it was in the grass it would be all rotten looking, but that's nice and dry, and you see there's no holes in it. If you look really close when the praying mantises hatch out, they like eat little holes through here, and there's none. So this is a live praying mantis egg mass, and if I brought that home and put it in a jar, probably within a couple months I'd have hundreds of baby praying mantises. But we're not going to do that. We're going to let it stay right here. And if I looked around through here, we'd probably see 30 more. Hey, I can see one over there right now, so they're all over in here. Hopefully in the spring we'll catch one hatching out and I'll show them to you. This is pretty impressive. Working my way up along the tracks in the field and saw a dead deer. So I went over just to kind of investigate it just for the heck of it. And apparently it probably got hit by a train, but I want to show you a few things. See this pole right here? This was not only like an electric pole for the railroad. Well, here's one right here. They had insulators on them. Unfortunately, this one's broken, and it's not a really old one. But if you're along an old railroad, especially the kind that has these things, there'd be insulators attached, and a lot of times they'll be in the bushes around. There's an old insulator there, but it's not terribly old. Let's go look at it. And it's a porcelain one. You know, I don't even think I have one of these porcelain ones. I have a lot of the blue ones from like the latter 1800s, the Brookfields and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that. There's another one. Should we keep that one too? Well, we're not finding a lot of relics right now, so I might keep a couple of these. You got the wood inserts, so they're probably older than... Well, I guess that would go on right there, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah, okay. That one's got a big chip. Yeah, I'll keep that too. I was telling you I ran into a dead deer. That's the reason I came over here. Oh, what's this? Not sure what that is. I'll go ahead and save it. But here's another dead one. Railroads, trains kill a lot of deer and other animals. I actually saw a big buck deer get hit by a train and it cut him in half right in front of my eyes. It was somewhat distressing. It really wasn't that long ago either. I just wanted to look up here, see if there's any older insulators. Don't see any. There's a dark ceramic one. Yeah, I'll take, oh, that's beautiful. I don't think it's very old, but you know what? I think we're going to grab this one because I like the looks of it. It's probably 1,000 of them on these this railroad here. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera off. I can actually hear the trains coming from a long ways away because there's crossings about a mile this way and a mile that way. Of course, you hear the so I won't get run over like the poor old deer. And before I scoot, if any of you railroad buffs know anything about this type of insulator, let me know. I don't know how old they are or if they're collectible. I don't suspect they're too old, but let me know. We might come back, walk these tracks for more. Only if they're not too common. Just can't keep myself from walking and looking at stuff. There's so much neat stuff here. This is another type of insulator, I suppose. I don't know if they're collectible, and if any of you guys know, let me know. There seems to be a number of them out here, and I'm sure the railroad does not want those. Not positive about that, but I have a suspicion. What you find?
Got a hole. Definitely was a fire there at one point. Some ash in the ground, some pieces of broken brick turned up.
How far back was it?
Down in that dip.
Okay. I think I'd like to take a look at it just in case. Now there are some areas in this field that I've seen where they burn the apple trees.
Oh.
So that could be what you're seeing. Okay. Was it like black charcoal or gray?
More black, but...
Okay. Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm going to grab my detector. I'll walk back there again. Yeah, as I was walking up from the tracks there, I noticed that there's some stacked stone right here. And so we need to check this to see if there was a home site. I'll show you what I'm talking about. That's where I was looking at the insulators right across the track. But I see the stone here, and it's kind of cut out a little bit. And I didn't know if that was natural stone. But if you look here, I'm pretty sure, well, obviously that's stacked stone. So there's a chance it could have been an old home site here. I don't see any part here, but I have to get my metal detector left in the bottom. This could have been dug out by the railroad, or there could have been a house here. We won't know until we turn our machines on and start looking. I looked all around this knoll right here where that stacked rock is, and I'm just digging like beer cans and shotgun shells. No sign of an old habitation. Those stacked stones could be just for like an old stone wall or something that might have been here. That, you know, the rest is gone. Who knows? But we're going to leave here and keep moving. I got another spot in mind. Of course, I had to take one more sweep through it, and I do see something interesting. That's where the stacked stones are right there. And if you look here, this is vinca, this green stuff. That's typically found around old home sites or even cemeteries. So there may have been one here, but it's possible the actual home site could be right over there where the tracks are. And of course, that's been dug out and the dirt's been hauled away. So it is possible that this is a home site, but there's nothing here. except beer cans. Look at this cool tunnel. This goes under the railroad. Look, something lives in there. There's a trail. Hope it's not wolves. You see anything? Wow, look at that. Should we go in? I think we'll pass on this one. It's an interesting thing I'll show you on these rocks right here. See how they have these holes in them? That's how they picked them up. There's a period of time in the construction history where they drilled these little holes in there and had these things that would pick them up like that. It's like late 1800s, early 1900s, something like that. Pretty cool little tunnel though, isn't it? I like it. We could hide out in there if we had a tornado. Wanna wait? I don't. Well, we're officially not skunked. I see a Civil War bullet. I believe it's a Williams cleaner, but it's fired. Now, there was a big battle not far from here, and this is probably like an overshot from the line. So, let's look at it. You see it right here? Let's see what it is. I know that's what it is. This is what's called a Williams cleaner. That could be where the ramrod struck it, but it could also be wormed. Not 100% on that. Probably just the ramrod strike. I don't see the rifling cut in there very heavy though. So, alright, let's keep looking in this area. We're on the board. Now if this had been dropped, or I find one more, I'll call over the what's this Birhead? The Birhead. But we have to find one more. I was just telling about the bullet I found, and this part of the field right here has almost no cans. It's really, really clean, and I have a very elaborate theory as to why that is, but he has a very simple theory that could be it too. Diggers dug out all the junk, but I think my theory is correct, and here's what I'm going to tell you. I haven't told him yet. We're digging in an old orchard, like I've been complaining about the whole time. Every time I dig a can, there's millions of cans out here. Almost none down here in this bottom. And the reason is because of frost. Because in the bottom areas of fields, it's colder. And the apples, when they have their buds, are very susceptible to frost. So if you plant them in the bottoms, in a bottom that has cold frost in the spring, you don't get any apples. The trees will be fine, but you never get any apples. So I suspect that they didn't have any trees in the very bottom right here where we're standing, so you didn't have pickers down here drinking their sodas and stuff and throwing them in the bushes and getting chopped up by the mowers. So that's my theory. What do you think?
I bet you're right on that.
Yeah, could be, yeah. You an apple man?
Yeah. Granny Smith.
It's Granny
I like my
Smith.
Granny Smith.
Yeah, I forget what, I don't remember what they are. All right, let's get back to digging. Just walking along, and looky! It's a quartz crystal. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, that's quartz, and that's a natural crystal. That's how they form. Well, that's the shape they take anyway. Yeah, we'll save that one. The Birhead, I was going to change his batteries, and I got a little signal here. And unfortunately, I already put it in my bag, but it's a little piece of lead that I think's been carved. So there's probably a camp right where we're standing. I remember to actually have extra batteries, so I gave him my battery so he doesn't have to walk the 1.3457 miles to the truck. So Birhead's still changing his batteries, hasn't got that quick change in yet, and I think I have another bullet here, so I thought we'd dig at least this one together. I'll try to hear. I'm not going to take my turn my headphones off, but it's right about there. See, it's reading high 60s, low 70s, nice solid beep. So I suspect that's going to be another bullet. It's pretty much what the other two sounded like. The nice thing about it is, there it is, you see it? I don't think it's actually a bullet. I think it smells of lead. Let's look. What is it? It's a poker chip. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. This is a where a soldier has taken a piece of lead and flattened it out, and it could be like for a game piece, or most diggers just call them poker chips. That's exactly what that is. It's not a bail seal for sure, so. Nice. They were absolutely right here on this spot. What do you think?
It's pretty neat.
Yeah. How come you're not digging, man?
Did you lose it?
Well, I don't need that. I need my batteries
Well, I know
back.
that, but you handed it to me
oh,
on
okay.
that.
You
so.
just put them in there.
Oh.
Oh gosh, kids nowadays. No, I just loaned them some batteries, but they're the fancy rechargeable ones. So I told them I need them back.
To the machine.
Yeah, this. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. They're the same battery packs.
Okay.
He has an AT Pro. I'm using the Max today. I had a kind of questionable signal in that hole, and I dug it up, and it sounds pretty good now. I don't think it's a bullet, but I don't think it's iron. It was really deep, but I want to show you. Let me just show you what. I don't think that's. It's not a bullet, but it could be a button or something. Who knows? But what I wanted to show you was this here. Look at that black streak. That's probably charcoal. Now I can't tell you for sure if this is from a Civil War camp or from the apple trees where they burned them, but that's what that looks like. It looks like charcoal. So anyway, good signal right here, non-ferrous, which means it's not iron. Could be a button, could be a small piece of can, or could be foil. That's foil. But you have to dig these things when you're in camps, because it sounded like a button when I had it up, you know, that mid-40 stuff. So oh well. Nice little signal here. It's reading a little high for, it's not a small bullet, could be a really big bullet or a piece of can, but we have to dig it in camps because you never know. Could be something very exciting, but I don't have the highest hopes since we've dug so many cans today. Oh, I missed it. I thought for sure it'd have been right there. I'll dig one-handed. Wait. There we go. Okay, if we don't have it, it's a can, see? It was a high squeak. Sometimes really big bullets will give a high squeak too, but the cans always do. All right, maybe the next one. So Birhead says he's got a 65 on the meter, and that's likely a bullet. So let's see what he has. All right, let's see it. 65, no. Hey, listen to it now and tell me what it sounds like. Now it's out of the ground. Go a little bigger, sweet. What's it sound like now?
78.
Yeah, see, that's too high for a bullet. I was kind of moving off into a different part of the field, and I heard, oh, I might have something Civil War. Let's go over there and check it. I don't think he's found anything yet today. What do you think you have?
Let's do a coat.
Oh, yeah, that's a rivet, but probably not Civil War. I find a lot of these that are a little bit newer.
Okay.
1900-ish. I mean, it could be, but I suspect it's not. They had rivets that look similar to that, but I think this is a later type of manufacturer. I would say you're still skunked.
Cool.
I shouldn't have told them that.
I'm gonna get one.
Oh yeah.
Get one.
There's a little spot over here that we used to find a lot of bullets in. We're going to work our way over there, and hopefully we missed a few, 20 years ago. So we're over in that area that I wanted to get to, where I used to dig bullets a long time ago. And there's holes everywhere. I mean, they're filled in, but I mean, somebody's digging here now and probably have been for the past 10 years. But I just dug a bullet, so I'm happy to see that. Wasn't the best of signals, but it actually wasn't too bad. And here it is. I think it's going to be a drop mini ball. Yeah, it is. Excellent. Nice. I'll have to clean the base out of this one. That might be a press and turn, I'm not sure. But yeah, this is the area. There's still a lot of iron here, like spikes and stuff. Not a lot of squeakers though. But if we spent some time here, I think we'd find some more. We have to go in like 10 minutes, so I'm going to dig as fast as I can. Well, I think old Birhead's gonna kill me. We're heading back to the vehicles and just kind of walking across the field, kicking beer cans out of the corn stubble. And I just dug what I believe is a breastplate from the Civil War, crossbelt plate. Earlier when we first started, he said that's the one thing he wants to dig is a breastplate. And I think there's one sitting in the dirt behind me now. It's flipped on its back, so all I see is lead, but I think that's what it is. Oi! Oi! We're not going to look at it till he gets over here. I feel like such a naughty boy. I hope he doesn't cry. Do you see it? Do ya? Poor dude. It's by the handle, the end of the handle of my thing. I haven't looked at it yet. Uh-oh. What did you say you wanted to find this morning?
Breastplate. No way.
Dude, I haven't touched it. Just flipped it out of the hole.
Congratulations, man.
I'll let you pick it up. I wanted you to make it an Ohio State seal, if you would. What is it? It's a little ratty, but that's the way they often are in the fields, because, you know, they get plowed up and moved around.
There's the wing.
Yeah, that's lucky.
Holy smokes, man.
Isn't that wild?
Congratulations.
Sound like a beer can. And the funny thing is, you know, I was telling that story this morning that, you know, I was with a guy just a couple of days ago, dug one. And I haven't seen one of those in quite a few years.
Oh my gosh. Just this morning, that's what my goal was to find.
I told him the story.
That is so cool.
He's a lot bigger than me, but I think I can outrun him, so. Of course, he has possession, which is 99/10 of the law.
That is awesome.
So we're going to cut the video for a second. We're going to hunt this little area, see if there's a box plate and a belt plate and 1,000 bullets right here. But he's got to go in like 10 minutes, or 5 minutes, so we have to split. So what I did is I'm going to let him hunt around it, because like I said, they could, you know, they came in threes, a breastplate, a cartridge box, and a belt plate. And I'm going to let him see if the one or two of the other ones are there, and I'm just going to hunt off to the side. I did see no piece of pottery here that we'll look at. Yeah, that could be silverware, no doubt. Alright, let's look around a little bit off to the side. He's still sweeping around looking for another plate. I kind of moved off a little bit, and I got a decent signal here. It's probably, let's listen to it. It's probably a bullet, if I had to guess. Somewhere in this clod. So let's go ahead and break it apart. I think it's in here. Yeah, it is. Nice and solid. Yeah, I can see it right there. I can see the white. So that's either a bullet or melted lead. That looks like it's melted lead, which means there's a camp here, but we already know that. Wow, actually it's a bullet that's been chewed on. Must be a hospital site. I'm just kidding, by the way. People can't make chew marks in bullets. I have a video showing that. But yeah, this is a remains of a bullet that's been heavily chewed. Probably by hogs, because pigs, of course, root in the ground. And when they pick up something like that, they think it could be a nut, and they chew on it. And pigs can put marks in these things, no problem, because of course they can eat bones. I mean, they can eat an entire human in no time at all, bones and all. So, big bullet. So I just heard a lot of whooping and hollering. I looked over there. He's got his arms in the air, so he found something. Let's go check out and see what it is. I know he's late for work, so I hope it's good. All right, so what you got?
I'm about to go.
Awesome.
Finally got a bullet.
Sweet.
I needed to head out of here and get to work, but I found the bullet.
Yeah, you said that about an hour ago, man. Well, not quite that long ago.
Fuck my energy, so
oh, sweet.
I think it's been pulled by a worm, maybe.
Yeah, probably so. That's the sharps. So that's probably the mole mark on top, because they didn't have to pull that kind, because it was a breech loader.
Okay.
And if something got stuck, they could just hit it with a stick and knock it out. Awesome.
Really
Drop
low?
sharps.
Really low.
Yeah, sharps can read a little bit different. You know, they're not like a mini. I guess maybe a little bit less lead.
I almost didn't dig it.
Yeah, and the composition is actually different, because they're breech loaders. They don't have to be as soft, because they don't have to expand into the breech.
Okay.
So they usually they're harder than normal mini balls. Congratulations.
Let's go.
So we're on our way out this time for reals, I guess, right? And I just got a signal just before we go back to the road, and I dug it up. Looks like it could be lead, but I'm not positive. And Birhead over there is digging something up too, so these will be our last two signals of the day. And then we'll do a quick roundup. Right there. I don't know if that's lead or... Oh, it's lead! It's a bullet. Yeah, it's a fired mini ball. This was fired. You can see it's pretty deformed, so it hit something fairly close. If it was fired in the air and hit something half a mile away, it wouldn't be deformed like that. So That's a cool one right there. It's kind of like a fishy. All right, what you digging? Shotgun shell, no. What you hear on these things is the brass casing right here. Now the newer ones are steel, so you don't have to dig them, but these brass pieces here sound just like buttons, so you have to dig them. Oh well, maybe next time. Right?
Yep.
Maybe next time.
Modern bullet and old bullet.
So we're just going to do a quick roundup here. We're back at the truck because we've got to be splitting. But yeah, oh, wait a second. I got my plate somewhere. Let's see if I can find that thing. I'll be right back with you. Okay, we're back. Let's take a look at them. Start over here. What do you have? You have that rivet. We kind of looked at it before, and you got a nice Sharps bullet. Yeah, it's a nice drop sharp. And he's got some silver, man.
Silver coin.
What do we say? It's 40.
1940, I do believe.
Almost a war coin. Awesome. And that's from the other day. Well, no, this isn't. I found this today. I'm not sure what that is, but it's not very old. Feels like aluminum. These are my finds. We got the one eagle breastplate. You can see the eagle on there. And we call it a plate not because you can eat off of it, but it's because it's an accoutrement plate, which is from the French army, accoutrement. Got a couple bullets here. You can see that little poker chip. That's what we call them. Quartz Crystal, and that's the first bullet we find. The pig bullet, you saw that already. Last bullet we found, which fired .58 caliber mini ball from the Civil War. I don't know what that is. That came off the railroad. You saw that. And of course, I only kept 2 insulators, because I don't have them like that. But yeah, that's it. All right, man. Thanks so much for the hunt today.
Man.
You did good. I'm sorry I found your
day.
breastplate that you really, really wanted.
I just wanted to see it come out of the ground.
Dude, there's more out there, I guarantee you.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Okay, we'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget.
Birhead Jones. Try to get you some more info. I'm going to probably start working on it to see.
Yeah, you don't have your channel yet, but it's coming.
It's coming.
You should have told them the name, because someone's going to steal it. We'll see you on the next one.
And I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She'll shake the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep, hidden in her dirt or deep in her creek. Mother Earth, she ain't saying exactly what she's saving.